Hey, Chin Music listeners, welcome to episode 22 of Chin
Mm.
Music with Mitch and Tony. We
I'm
are your
feeling
hosts, Mitch Bone and Tony Legaly. Tony, how the heck are you, man?
Mitchell. I'm feeling 22.
It is episode 22.
Isn't that a T Swift song?
It is.
Okay.
It is. You made that joke in 21 also.
Oh yeah, but I messed up the lyrics because I said I'm feeling 21, and you said no. You
Yes.
said
Yeah.
nah. How you doing, buddy?
22. I'm good, man. How are you?
You know it's hot out here. Fall.
I mean, it is hot compared to what it was a couple weeks ago. I will give you that, but it's still not hot.
No. You missed the joke. Is in the joke. All
Okay,
right, so
I
you
missed
missed
it.
that one. You missed
I
it.
missed it.
And
I missed
it's
it.
partially because I didn't pronounce it the way, But you ever heard that song like, it's hard out here for a pimp. Need to get
No,
the money, pay the rent. The
I've
county
never
has
heard that
me.
song.
Yeah, so I was like, you were like, how you doing? And I was like, it's hot out here for a pimp. And you're
Ah.
like, it's a scorcher outside. I agree.
No, I never heard that song. So there you go.
Hey, Hustle and Flow. Hustle and Flow. It's a movie you got to watch. It's a true story based
All
off
right.
very fictional events. Anyways.
Awesome, man. So it's been a couple of weeks since we've done our show here. We did some different things last week. So let's touch on our
Let's touch it.
on just kind of our celebration. It's not a meet and greet, our celebration, and just how well that went. And yeah.
It was a celebration to say the least, Mitchell. It was fantastic. We had great feedback, everybody that showed up. That was awesome, man. It was great time, great little turnout there. Had some unbelievable giveaways. Somebody's stuff, I mean, I'm like reading the sheet, man, and it's, we're giving away this, I mean, pretty spectacular deal. Everybody kind of stepped up that way. So big thanks to everybody who provided and contributed that way.
Yes.
The brewery was pretty cool. Good
Yeah.
spot. Didn't find a non-alcoholic. They don't brew those non-alcoholic beers there, Mitchell.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So instead, I thought, shoot, because Meadowlark Brewing, where we hosted that, thank you for hosting us. They specialize in obviously their brewery beers, but they've been dabbling in sodas, right? So cream soda and like their own little root beer. I forgot their name for it. It was something prestigious and cool, but
Right.
I don't know. Anyhow, I got the craft made root beer, and
How was that?
It was like, it's probably still sitting on the table, buddy, because I only had like a couple sips because it was so fucking sweet.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not like a critic. Like I'm not bashing Meadowlark Brewing by any means.
It was good, just too sweet for your taste.
Yeah. It was a little much. Yeah, I was definite sipper. Like I could still be sipping on the shit, and that was what, 3 weeks ago.
2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, but no. Regardless, fantastic event. Had a good time. Got to meet a lot of really cool people, man. That's really what happened. So
yeah. So my dad obviously was there, with us, and
Mr.
he counted 53 people.
530 people. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, 530. No, 53.
530.
That was great. And then because this was kind of a celebration / fundraiser with our different raffle items, we are going to be coming out with some merchandise, some different hats,
some merch.
So these are going to be limited edition.
My grandpa always used to do that. Is that funny? My grandpa always used to do that. Like when he'd sit down, because you know how big semis they do that, where they like they like release, or I don't know, but he'd sit down and he'd go.
That's hilarious. No, that's awesome.
I just saw that. Anyways.
Oh, that's awesome. But no, so we're gonna come out with some limited edition hats.
Oh yeah, merch.
We are going to be in the process of designing ish kind of this week, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. For those of you listening, Mitchell called me during the week and he said, buddy, we got to get on these hats. And I said, okay, I think that's a good idea. But here's the deal. I ain't rolling out no hokey ass honky hat. All right. It is going to be freaking badass. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And then we got into margin and cost and things like that. And I still think we're going to be able to come up with a really, really cool hat. So watch for those. Limited edition. What's going to make them so limited, though, Mitchell? Like, I mean, like, what are we going to do?
Well, literally, what's going to make them limited is the number. There's not going to be.
They're limited. They're limited to our wallet. Yeah, limited edition, insinuating there's only limited amounts that we can afford. So please buy this shit.
Yeah. No. So there's going to be a small number of them made, and kind of just first come first serve.
Yeah. We've already pre-sold. 3 orders were already sold out? Is that right?
Yeah.
So get yours now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So no. So that's kind of coming up in the docket, and beyond that, for our podcast, we don't really have much, but there's a lot in the sports world.
Oh, so, we got a shit ton. He's being modest. We've been doing hours of research to prepare for this show.
Yes, but yeah.
Yes. Anyhow, the pod today. What we're gonna dive in on a little bit, Mitchell. Here, we're just gonna talk about what in the world is going on in the world of sports right now, Mitch, because I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Yeah, I was just trying to really generate something there, cultivate it off the cuff, and I got nothing other than I watch a lot of hockey, and I could tell you who won the games last night and tell you who plays today, and we'll get into that, though.
Okay, we're going to get into that because you're a hockey guy. I don't.
Yeah.
I watch the occasional game of hockey. I will say that.
Now, when is that, Mitchell? Now, when is the last game that you've watched?
January, end of January.
Okay, so we're not that far off. End of January. I mean, Mitchell, that's like a couple of days ago. So, okay, that's a month and a half ago, or about a month ago. Okay,
we're about a month ago.
That's okay. I mean, I got to say I haven't really matched you on the NBA standpoint. If you've watched one game, that's one more than I've watched NBA game.
And I have, because my brother's a big Kings fan, so I watch the Kings.
Okay. Well, things are just kind of shaping. Now it's starting to get gritty down to kind of the last month here of like regular season. And now it's starting to be crunch time in regards to playoff spots. So stuff is starting to heat up that way. My picks for today, there's a full slate. We're coming to you on a Saturday. Yes. Full slate of NHL games. Real good tilt tonight in Toronto. Maple Leafs take on the Rangers. That's going to be my highlight game of the day. Don't know. Haven't decided which way I'm going to bet on that one quite yet.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I'm tempted to take either the under, even with the offensive firepower, or the Rangers to upset the Leafs at home. I don't really know. Haven't decided that. My picks for today, I got the Carolina Hurricanes this morning. The game just puck dropped at 10:30. It's 10:38. Wow. I got Carolina minus 1.5 at home against, where are they playing right now? It's actually a pretty good tilt. They're playing the Winnipeg Jets, who Jets have one of the better away records in the NHL. So, wow. Be exciting there. But yeah, full slate of games. No big trades, nothing like that to go over. Everybody's kind of mid-season form. The Coyotes, here's a fun fact. Yesterday, the Senators were at home against the Yotes. Yotes ended up winning 5-3. That was their first win out of in 15 games. So they've lost 14 in a row before yesterday. I had no idea. Yeah, and they're a young, pretty swifty or shifty, like good team as well. Like they got some good tools in the Arizona organization. Um, but they're young, and I just didn't even realize they'd lost that many in a row. So
Yeah.
they ended that skid last night in Ottawa. Um, Outside of that, let's see who's kind of catching fire. The Kings had a very poor slate of games right before the All-Star break. I mean, they couldn't their defense was horrendous. They had to make serious adjustments. They're kind of catching fire a little bit, which is good to see because they got a really talented offensive, probably one of the best center of the ice covered in the NHL. Yeah, Oilers are rocking and rolling. My Knights are very hit or miss, although they're just, they're really banged up. Their star players out. Eichel's been out for a little over a month and a half, almost going on 2. Um, so they got some pieces that they're missing in their puzzle, and they're still finding ways to win games. They went into, I believe, Toronto the other night and
Wow.
laid it on those guys 6-2 on the road. So yeah, the Knights are a very in-depth, clean, crisp team. They're not going to have any, Kaprizovs, or they're not going to have any Kucherovs like stand out, McDavid's, Makars. They just don't really have anybody like that
They're
outside of
just a good
Eichel.
group together.
Yeah, outside of Eichel, but like for some reason their play style and their synergy, they didn't really lose anybody. Their goaltending has been absolutely exceptional. Aiden Hill's been unreal. I mean, look for the Knights to make another run. As crazy as that sounds, this is like the time last year where they started to get real hot,
Yeah.
and they went through a skid last year, right around the January mark, and same sort of path of course here. Eichel's been out, so I'm anticipating they're just kind of like they know they're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to rest him for the playoffs because they're going to need him to make a deep run. I think that's where they're at with this injury. So outside of
Nice.
that, I'm going to just say I'm not going to bet against the Leafs tonight. I can see Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews leads the NHL currently with 53 goals. Mitchell, he's on
Wow.
pace to break the single season goal record, or at least now, because of he's on pace to tie it now for sure. And yeah, so he's right there for to break
Wow.
the all-time record, which is held by Phil Esposito in 1980 something. Excuse me, 70s. He's in the 70s. 70s, Esposito's 70s. Not sure, but Wayne Gretzky shortly, I think Esposito has 76. Gretzky has like 73. And then now Matthews is on the heels of that. So unbelievable goal scorer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Had a hockey game last night with the boys. Skated with Gong Show Hockey Club last night. So that's a fun group of guys. Got together with them and got to shoot some rippers and get a great workout in and have a ice cold non-alcoholic beer afterwards.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So then shifting away from hockey a little bit. I know. I'm sorry. We're gonna go to your future or your former sport love, baseball, for a little bit.
Oh, I just watched a highlight of Mr. Juan Soto going dead dick to center, baby.
Yeah, it scares me that he's in the Yankees uniform. I'm not gonna lie.
That lineup now is going to be so fun to watch.
It scares the hell out of me.
Oh, baby.
I hope I don't wish injury on anyone, but I do wish there was an injury on that lineup somewhere.
Oh, let's see
Man, oh
here.
man, that lineup is scary. But we do have spring training that started both in Florida and Arizona.
Mitchell, we're
So
talking about Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Giancarlo Stanton, hopefully we're getting a whole different human being, because apparently we are. Apparently reports say that he's about 30 pounds lighter, looks like a completely different player, and has made an announcement to the Associated Press that he knows he needs to turn it up. Yeah, so
That's scary.
yeah. So you got a hopefully a rise of Giancarlo this year, and you got Alex Verdugo. I mean, that lineup is going to be nasty.
Yeah, it is.
Can I just say something? Like, what's the status with DJ LeMahieu? Is he still a Yankee, right?
I believe so.
Can I just tell you that as the eye test would say, like, he does look like he wants to be a Yankee and that he could be an ideal like Yankee. But
Yeah.
like, I really could just part ways with the guy and never have him wear a Yankees uniform again and totally be fine with him. No,
Really?
no knock on the guy. I don't know him personally. I mean, don't know him well, I guess. No.
Yeah, he's still
uh,
with the Yankees.
yeah. So I'm just, I just can't get on board with him. Now you put him in the 8 hole, 7 hole. All right, I'm all right with that as a 7 hole hitter. But putting him at the top of the lineup, I think, is an absolute mistake. I think this guy is just consistently the same and not improving.
Okay, now here's my question for you. So, for a couple of years there, with LeMahieu, the Yankees kind of had a revolving door at shortstop, and one of their solutions was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa,
Mm-hmm.
who could play anywhere. He could play second base for LeMahieu.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have LeMahieu or Isaiah Kiner-Falefa?
I mean, I don't know, man. I guess DJ's got a little bit more upside just in regards to big plays that way. Yeah, IKF, yeah. I mean, yeah, those guys don't do it for me. The IKFs, and like, no successful team in the MLB has, I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. The Rangers had some dudes that were just dudes, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, the Rangers kind of came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, look who they played came out of nowhere too, you know, and that's,
Yeah,
I really don't have an explanation for that. Um, that would be interesting though. I mean, I don't know if it's the writings on the wall that baseball is finally at that level of all the other pro sports where these guys are all in the bigs and they all make great pitches and great hits and everything like that. Like,
and it
I know,
really is a guess of who's gonna make it to the end.
yeah, I don't know that we're necessarily there, but I think the Diamondbacks definitely showed that we're getting close. That every team is oversaturated with just absolute phenoms. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And like, and truly, Mitchell, like with the NHL in correspondence talking about this,
yeah,
like every one of those dudes is an absolute phenom, and anyone can go out on any night and win. And it makes it
yeah.
so hard to like bet on. It truly does. And like,
Right.
you know, look at the NFL this year, Mitchell. Like, I think we're definitely on first base with that in regards to just the talent level. Like, what was the worst team? Who finished the worst this year?
Carolina, and they had like 3 or 4 wins.
They had 3 or 4 wins. Okay, so they're very much so below 500. But I mean, they were still a tough opponent every week.
Yeah,
Every week they were in tight games. You know what I mean? And like, there's studs on every team. There just is, you know. And what separates the good teams from the bad teams is they have more elite players,
yeah.
right?
And
Like,
they were
so the
so if I
Yankees
remember
having a
the
guy like IKF, or like, you know, like, who's the other guy I'm thinking of? Hirogashi or whatever, the catcher. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's like, what are you like, dude? None of the other teams that are badass like have players like that. I would say. I don't know.
right.
I just, yeah. So until those guys are kind of totally out of it, like, I don't know. I'm just, I'm hoping optimism wise. I mean, I think the pitching staff is just okay. Um, if they could add a massive piece to their arsenal, that'd be great. But I don't know that they will. I don't know what some of these guys, these owners and stuff, what their intentions are to start the year, because it just sometimes it seems like it's a flop. And how do you expect
Yeah.
to generate any kind of wins?
So looking at the NFL and looking at teams that were like really below 500, there was Arizona, Carolina, Washington, New York Giants, the Chargers, which surprised the heck out of me. Tennessee had 6 wins, and then you had New England had 4.
Yeah. And out of all of those teams, I would, yeah, I don't know. New England was awful this year.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, you can't have. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do for quarterback, because I can't see like the Patriots organization having like a Lamar Jackson, right? Like it's just so total opposite of like a Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady ruined New England. You know what I
That's
mean?
what
To
they
a certain
need, though.
extent.
They need like a Jaden Daniels or something like that. It's just a complete polar opposite of what
They
Tom Brady
needed
was.
they needed Justin Herbert is who they need.
That's not
That's
happening, though.
that. But I'm no, it's not going to happen. But I'm just saying that's the type of quarterback they need.
Yeah.
You know, I
Well, they
mean,
couldn't
of
get
course,
that.
everybody needs a quarterback like that, I should say. But you know what I mean, like very systematic, can make the most out of receivers that aren't very good. Like
Yeah.
same thing Tom used to do, and you know, I don't know. I don't know how that works in regards. How does the NFL draft work? Is it like the team that sucks? You know, like I
It's
mean,
the
how
worst
much
record.
damage? I guess I wouldn't know. Just not to talk solely Patriots here, but like you know, the damage as to what they've done in the past in regards to what they're dealing with now because of it, repercussions wise, as far as upper management deals and
Oh,
caps
you're
and all
saying
that
like
stuff.
how much there's screw ups in the last few drafts, how much that affects them now?
Well, that and like what puzzle pieces did they? I mean, obviously you had Tom Brady and Gronk and Edelman, you know, in those massive runs, and before that, other players,
Yeah.
you know, as well. But like, did they had to step up the ante somewhere with the money? You know what I mean? Like, who did they pay offensive line wise? Or I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why a team like that can be put in that situation
Could be so
and
bad.
just be shitty. Like, you know what I mean? Like it looked like a high school team this year, man.
Yeah. I
And I
think
mean that like because like all the kids, like it seemed like they were younger kids. Like there wasn't like
they did have a lot of young
there was
guys.
a couple grown ass men that like see, like I didn't watch many games. Like I'm not a good fan this year. I went to the home opener in New
Yeah.
England. That makes me a good fan. Got to see Tom Brady make his speech for the first time in public. Um, anyways, but anyhow, moving on.
No, I think, and we've talked about this before on this show, that I think a lot of the Patriots, and not necessarily with the Patriots that we've talked about this, but just in general, but now I'm taking it to just the Patriots. I think part of the Patriots' problem this year was Bill Belichick was so my way or the highway,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
that doesn't work with young players anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't like the take care of business. I don't know what works. I don't know what those guys do, but yeah, obviously we don't have to worry about him anymore.
No,
um,
I do worry though, and I know this is the Patriot way of doing things. They hired one of their own guys,
mhm.
so they hired a guy under Belichick's wing. Is he just going to be more of the same?
We'll see. I don't think so. I think it'll be a way different. He's a lot younger. Um, who knows? I got no predictions thus far. So
Yeah,
unless there's big you know, they'll say acquire someone like massive at this point, like I'm just not really
it'll be a rebuild for sure. It'll go
excited.
back to what it was before Tom Brady, I think, for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Um, which, for those of us that aren't Patriots fans, that's welcome news. But
Welcome news. Yeah, right. Everybody's like, yeah, fuck those guys.
But for those that are Patriots fans, it's like, God dang it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
All
if only
right.
the Chiefs could go through that. God, that'd be great. Sorry.
Oh, their time is coming. Not for another 8 years, but their time's coming.
I know. They'll have to win like 2 or
Um,
3 more Super Bowls.
I mean, Mahomes is the best quarterback to ever play the game from the biggest Tom Brady fan in the world. Is that legit? I mean, is that right?
He probably is, honestly.
He's a stud, man.
The
He's
stuff he can do
absolutely
is amazing. And
he's a phenom. Yeah, just his poise and just his maturity now too. He's only going to get better.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's nuts. Sorry, my camera's being weird today.
that's all right. Don't
So
worry
I'm trying
about
to
it.
keep it from falling off. But anyways, so we've talked about the NFL. We've talked a little bit about MLB. There's not a whole lot in the NBA right now, except for they have no idea who's going to win the MVP award.
Oh,
So the NBA instituted a new rule, which I think is great, but I also think it kind of sucks. I'm both ends of this. You have to play 65 games in order to win the MVP award.
okay.
Which I get it. Like you want to be able to play most of the games in order to win the MVP because
Well,
you want
yeah,
to
it's
be the
good to
most.
get the fans in the seat, and I'm sure you get a big financial bonus if you win the MVP.
Right. So I get that, but this year a lot of the stars have been injured.
Okay.
And so you're finding guys that necessarily wouldn't be in the MVP talks, because there's not a whole lot of guys to have.
Not a whole lot of the same old song and dance guys, what you're saying, which across the board, that makes perfect sense. As the time goes on, so does their time as well dwindling.
Right.
So
I
that makes
mean,
perfectly good sense that there's a transition. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's probably the most exciting news I've heard about the NBA in 10 years. I did not know this. I did not know that they held their guys to a standard to do that because, like, dude, that most frustrating thing. Like, I remember going to my first NBA game in Arizona. I was in college, and I think forget, yeah, I don't know, there was some like main attraction that was supposed to play like for the Houston Rockets that night, and the Suns were ass, so they didn't really
what time
have
did you, or like what group did you go to?
like Amari Stoudemire area,
Okay, so that would have been like Yao Ming and
like
Tracy
when
McGrady.
Steve Nash, yeah, like those guys were supposed to play. They were healthy scratches, and I was just like, you know what? People pay their hard-earned money to like go to these games, and like I understand that work is work and everybody needs time to recover, and I have grace for that because these guys are they're giving a lot every single
Right.
night. Um, but it just seems like in the NBA, you know, I'll be watching a game, haven't watched a game, I'll turn one on, and then you see LeBron in his fancy suit on the bench with his team, and it's like, oh, is he hurt or what happened?
Yeah.
Like what I don't get it. Like, so I think that that's fantastic that they're making them play games like
No,
to
I
earn
think
a
it is
prestigious
too.
award. It should be prestigious. It doesn't seem like really anything is prestigious in the NBA. That's how I feel about the NBA. Like
Yeah.
it just like what an honor. Wow, you know, come on. Like I thought the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time in the NBA that was fun to watch. Probably the most exciting time for basketball for me outside of like Kobe when I was younger. A big Kobe fan, loved to watch the Lakers and all that stuff. I would say the biggest, the best, most recent fun time to follow the NBA all started with the Splash Brothers and the Golden State Warriors, and like watching them break the records, watching them just hoist three after three that you're like impossible that goes in and just splash, dude. Like
So you're
that
just
was
a
the,
dynasty chaser.
you know, I'm not a dynasty chaser by any means, but like let's say the Minnesota Timberwolves like have an unbelievable shooting staff and they make every three, like I'm gonna watch their games. Like,
You're a
you know what I mean?
Patriots fan. You
Well,
just
I'm
said you
not.
like
No,
the.
no, no, no. I'm not a Golden State fan, Mitchell. I'm not a Golden State fan. I'm just
I'm
saying
just
that's
saying
the
you said
most
you like that
exciting time.
dynasty.
No, I'm not you're insinuating that I'm a bandwagoner, bus runner, kind of little groupie, little skink.
Exactly. That is exactly what
That
I'm
is
insinuating. Because there is two
exactly. That's
instances
exactly
where
what you
you've done
are.
this.
Exactly what you are. I'm talking about just an exciting time and their last accomplishment of breaking the all-time win record. Like that was just that's prestigious to me. And that's the last thing I could think of that I've ever seen in the NBA that's prestigious. Like, I don't know, man. It just seems almost redundant and I just can't get behind it. Maybe I just need to pay more attention to it and get into it. Maybe I'll try to watch the playoffs this year.
You know what team you
Who
need to get
knows?
behind this year? The
Who?
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh gosh. Okay, are they good or what?
They are young. They're fun. They're good. They're the second seed out in the West right now, second or third. They are extremely fun to watch.
Really?
Yep.
OKC. OKC. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll check it out. I'll check out
And
one
they
of
have
their
like 30
games.
draft picks in the next 5 years. So they're just going to get better and better.
Okay. I like them.
Yep.
I'm in. OKC all the way.
Yeah. So that's if I had to pick a team, because there's not a team in Seattle right now, I would pick OKC.
OKC.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
Well,
So sticking with basketball, we do have college basketball coming up, and we have March Madness. It is March.
it is March.
So I'm putting you on the spot here a little bit,
Okay.
but who is your pick to hoist up the March Madness trophy, which this always bugs me, in April?
It is odd. Um, not following much, not knowing a bunch. I mean, I'm gonna go for Kentucky.
Okay.
Don't really like their coach, but
No.
love their. I just love their. They're all young, man. They're all like supposed to go top in the draft. Like, there's a bunch of studs on that team, dude.
See, and I don't like that. Like, I get that you can go one and done,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like a school that's like, hey, you're going to go one and done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just, I don't know, man. Whatever team's vibing, like, it's weird, man. Like, I just can't wait to put together my bets and put together my upsets and all this stuff. It's a fun time of year. March Madness
Should
is
we
sick.
get a bracket pool going?
Yeah, we got to do something for March Madness because this, everybody kind of.
I feel like we should get a bracket pool going.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to do that or what your plan is, but I'm a part of it and I love it.
Okay. I feel like we should get a bracket pool going with some of our fans too.
Love it.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Something like, maybe do it on like a ESPN app or, whatever. Chin music.
Something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. We should definitely do that.
Yep.
When does the
So,
tournament actually start?
I think it starts mid-March because
Like
they're doing
the
like
17th or something, 18th or 19th?
yeah, they're doing like conference championships in the next week or so.
Okay.
I know the Big Skies is next week.
The Big
And so
Sky. Big
yeah, they have theirs
Sky.
down in Boise. So
Boise. Cool.
yep.
Cool. Well, yeah. Hey, sports are on the way. I mean, we got the Masters coming up. We got the Stanley Cup playoffs coming up. We got the opening day coming up. Yeah,
We
some
do.
good stuff. Good stuff going on, Mitchell. We got enough content for.
We do. And
ever.
also before we kind of wrap up, I want to give a quick shout out. The Billings West High Golden Bears
Whoa.
going to be playing today for the state AA divisional or state Eastern AA divisional championship at MSUB at 3:00. So good luck to them. They're a local team for us. So and my alma mater.
So they're playing for the state chipper there?
They're playing for the divisional chipper. So since you and I have graduated, they've broken it up into divisional and state.
Whoa. Okay. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, because they added Belgrade and Gallatin.
Okay.
And so there were too many teams to just have a straight up state.
Right.
So they added
Oh, so this is
divisional Eastern.
like their conference title.
Yeah,
That's
they
dope.
added Eastern and Western divisionals, and then they have state.
Okay. Cool. Well, good luck to those guys. Heck yeah.
So
I love high
good
school
luck to the
basketball.
Bears and Coach Dara. Coach Dara is a huge supporter of us. So
Oh, let's go, coach.
yes, so
Cool.
uh, just good luck to them and good luck to all the teams across the state. I know State B is here right now, so good luck to them as well. And
Let's go.
yeah,
Yeah, we're actually going to be setting up. So next weekend, I think starting Friday, I think it's like Friday through Sunday afternoon or something like that. But I'm going to be at the state championship basketball in at the Metra for Scholar Guard. Scholar Guard's going to do like a
and that's
little
State
booth.
C, right?
I think it's B. I think it's B.
Oh, okay.
Not sure, but you obviously, Mitchell, more than welcome to hang out like the whole day if you want with me. That would
I
be awesome.
probably will.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like we could like just do that. So
Yeah, I'll probably come out and hang out the whole weekend. That
might
wouldn't be
as
a bad
well
idea.
check out some basketball games and yeah, I'm just gonna be hanging out there. We'll get a video of Scholar Guard stuff going and yeah, should be good.
Heck yeah, that'll be fun.
Heck yeah.
So that's your weekend. I really don't have much going on this next week.
Sweet.
But yeah, we will be back probably next. Well, we may not be back next Saturday with you being at the.
It's the state championship deal.
Yeah, TBD on when we'll be back. But when we come
Sunday
back,
would work too, yeah.
we will be back better than ever. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you to all our sponsors, and yeah, just thank you so much for listening.
Let's go.